Today we are starting with rules for IUPAC nomenclature of compounds which have substituents also, multiple bonds and one functional group. So first rule will remain the same, that we have to choose the parent chain. But in this case, the parent chain, when we are choosing, then that carbon atom which contains the functional group should be there in that parent chain. Then including that carbon atom which contains the functional group, we will try to take maximum number of multiple bonds and the substituents also. So without caring much about this thing, that this is the longest possible carbon chain or not. For example, if I take this compound, in this compound parent chain we have to choose. So now this carbon has this functional group. So this carbon which contains the functional group should be there in the parent chain. This carbon we have to include. Otherwise we can say we can have 5 carbon atoms here in the straight chain. But this carbon which has a functional group is not coming in this parent chain. So this carbon should be there in the parent chain. Including this carbon atom, we can have maximum 4 carbon atoms only in a parent chain. Either we can take like this or we can take like this. There are 4 carbon atoms coming in this. So this will be a parent chain. This part which is not coming in the parent chain will become a substituent, and this is a functional group. Another example now, to choose parent chain. This compound has a CO, that is ketone functional group. And then this side we have multiple bond. So now which one is a parent chain here? This carbon we have to take, this is a functional carbon in a parent chain. Then the multiple bonded carbon atoms also should come in a parent chain. So if we want all these, then this should be a parent chain. This is having 6 carbon atoms, but if we'll take the straight chain, there will be 7 carbon atoms, but then we will miss these carbon atoms which contain a multiple bond. So it is must to have these carbon atoms. That means this is a parent chain. This part and this part not coming in parent chain will become the substituent. So this is the first rule, that how we have to choose the parent chain. Next rule is we have to now number this parent chain. For that, lowest locant rule, that is for the functional group we have to see here. That means number the parent chain from that side which will give the lowest number to the functional group carbon atom. So we will not take anything else, just the preferences of the functional group only. Do the numbering from that side which will give the lowest number to the functional group. For example, if we take this compound, this ketone is a functional group. In this case, the parent chain we can take this. This is the parent chain. Now numbering, if I do it from this side, functional group carbon gets the 4th number. But if I do it from this side, functional group carbon gets the 3rd number. So we'll do the numbering from right to left, because this carbon gets the lowest locant. So locant here is 3 in this case. So we'll do the numbering from this side. So after choosing the parent chain and then finding out the side from which we have to number it. Now next rule in this case is numbering the chain terminating functional group. Now what is a chain terminating functional group? There are some functional groups which are called chain terminating functional groups. For example, CHO, the chain terminates here, COCl, then CONH2 we can take, then C triple bond N, etc. If these functional groups are present, it is always given number 1. We will give number 1 to these carbon atoms of the functional groups, and these functional groups are called the chain terminating functional group. And if we are giving 1 number to these functional groups, 1 is omitted from the name of the compound generally if some other number is not there. For example, if we take this compound, in this compound there is COOH functional group. So this carbon atom or functional group also we have to include in the parent chain. Numbering will start from this carbon only. This is a chain terminating functional group. Numbering will start from here only. Taking this one will be the parent chain, or we can go this side also. And this one will be the number 1. Numbering from here. Now, name of the compound, after selecting parent chain, giving the numbering to the parent chain, and knowing about the chain terminating functional groups, we have to write the name of the compound. Now, this is a substituent. Here in this case, writing the name of this compound first of all. Numbering from the functional group carbon. So, this is how we'll number it. Now, again, first of all, we write the name of the substituent. Substituent is linked with the second carbon here. It is linked with the second carbon here. That means name of this compound here is first substituent position. And after substituent position, first is position of substituent, that is second carbon. So 2. Name of substituent is ethyl. So 2-ethyl. Then parent chain, how many carbon atom? Alk 4. But linking by single bond is ane. Then with first carbon there is OH. So we cut the last E of this and write 1-ol. So this is the name of this compound, 2-ethyl butane 1-ol. Coming to this part now. Numbering from the functional group side, that means we'll number it from here. Now name of substituents, there are 2 substituents, one is methyl, one is propyl. We'll write them in an alphabetical order. So first will be methyl, 3 position we have methyl, and with 4th carbon atom we have this substituent, that is propyl. Then chain, there are 6 carbon atoms, so hex. Then with 5th carbon atom double bond, so ene. Then cut the last E and write this fix for functional group, that is 2-one. This is the name of this compound. Now here with 5th carbon atom we have a substituent methyl. Then chain, there are 6 carbon atom, hex, single bond, ane. And 3rd position is a functional group, that is 3-one is the name of this compound. Coming to this part. Now with 2nd carbon atom there is a substituent 2-ethyl. And 4 carbon atoms are here in chain, but, single bond, ane. And 1 oic, 1 we will remove from this. We omit 1 from here and we write oic acid. Since there is no other number here, there is no need to write 1 here. We can remove it and we can write the name of this compound as 2-ethyl butanoic acid. So these are the rules for compounds which contain substituents, multiple bonds and one functional group.